Welcome back, Patriot Nation, to another edition of Patriot Weekly with Coach Granger Shook, filmed right here at Dogwood Studios in Pike Road, Alabama. I'm your host, Bill Lacombe, and we're proud to bring you all the latest on Pike Road Patriot football, brought to you by our great sponsors, Brantley Bank and the shops of EastChase. We've got a full show for you today. In just a moment, we'll sit down with Coach Shook to break down our big win this past Thursday night over Park Crossing at Cramton Bowl. We'll look back at the highlights, talk about the keys to success, and hear what the team is focusing on moving forward. We'll also shine a light on some standout players, Gibbs and Elias Holtzclaw, two names we heard a lot on Pike Road Live about this past week. We'll take a deeper look at the stats, and of course, we'll preview what's ahead for your Pike Road Patriots. All that and more is coming up on this week's edition of Patriot Weekly.
Every week, the Pike Road Patriots chase greatness under Friday Night Lights. And we bring you inside the huddle each week, right here at Dogwood Studios in Pike Road. This is Patriot Weekly with Coach Granger Shook, with your host Bill Lacombe. Presented by Brantley Bank and the shops at EastChase. Let's talk Pike Road football.
Patriot family, welcome back. I got the man of the hour here, Coach Shook, in the house. We're going to unpack Park Crossing a little bit here. Huge win. I mean, it just seems like everybody just did their job at a really high level, Coach. So, again, dominant win. You put your team up to a 54-7 win over Park Crossing. What stood out the most to you about how your guys executed on Thursday night?
Well, I was really proud of our staff and the game plans that we had. We were in all three phases: offense, defense, and special teams. I thought our preparation last week was really good. I thought we responded well to some adversity in Opelika. We really emphasized discipline during the practice, and we went from 28 penalties to 2 penalties. And one of those penalties was because we got a sideline warning after a big touchdown, and so our sideline got really excited. So I'll take that one. But really, there was only a 5-yard face mask penalty, in the second half. So I was really proud of our discipline. I think we played with intentionality on Thursday night. Again, just not focusing on the end result, not focusing on the scoreboard, but really just focusing on how we execute and how we line up and how we block and how we tackle and how we do the little things that lead to the end result we want. And so I was really proud of our mentality. Again, the environment at Cramton Bowl isn't the best, unfortunately, but our boys were able to get themselves ready mentally and physically, and they were able to execute at a high level. So I was proud of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Just speaking about offense, the offense came out and just stomped on the gas pedal and didn't let up. I mean, we were subbing in, our 2s and 3s in there, and it was just, we were still just having a prolific game. So what was the game plan going in, and how did the players carry it out so effectively?
Well, again, trying to play fast with tempo, trying to line up at a pace to where we in the box can see kind of where the bubbles are in the defense and kind of where if there's any misalignments, we can try to attack that. And so I thought we did an excellent job as a staff and as an offense, executing that game plan very well. I was proud of our offensive line. I think our line has gotten better each and every week. I agree. I was proud of the way we ran the ball. I know Jermichael and Q both got in the end zone. I was proud, again, of Elias blocking on the perimeter and then getting in the end zone. Cabin got in the end zone. Jordan, Powo. I mean, there was several guys that Gunner was able to get the ball to, and we were able to get in pay dirt. So proud of how we distributed the ball early. You know what I mean? They couldn't really just focus on one guy to try to stop. And so I hopefully that will pay dividends for the future.
I think it will. One of your leadership and coaching principles that you mentioned several times is control the controllable, right? So in the spirit of minimizing mistakes, one of the themes from this game was to minimize those mistakes. We talked about that earlier with the penalties and all that, but something you've emphasized all season, it has been that. How did you see that play out in this win specifically?
Well, again, I thought, honestly, we were much better up front. Yeah, what I mean? I thought we were more focused. I thought we had a great game plan. We weren't really extravagant. I thought we were kind of simple in a lot of areas, which helped our boys play fast. And then, we started shuffling some guys around. We had a few other guys playing both ways, trying to see what players can help us really on both sides of the ball. Yeah. And, we saw a lot of good things from on the staff's perspective. So, again, just proud of how those guys thrust in new positions, executed at a high level.
That's always good to see guys in new positions execute at a high level. Switching over to defense, we have a leviathan of a defense. I don't know how else to put it, but we held Park Crossing to just 7 points. So what adjustments or strategies help them dominate up front and also in coverage?
Well, just trying to be physical and violent up front.
Yeah.
I thought our D-line did a great job of controlling the line of scrimmage. I thought our linebackers did a great job of reading their keys and being assignment sound in the run game. We were able to get a turnover and a pick six from a young linebacker. I thought Landon played much better this week.
He really is.
Q was able to play some defense. He did exceptionally well.
Q was my player of the game, by the way. I think he did fantastic.
Yeah, I thought Quentin hopped right in there and was able to be assignment sound.
Yeah.
and played fast and made a lot of good plays. And so unfortunately they did get in the end zone late. But again, I thought our ones and twos did a great job really all night of being violent and physical.
Coach, thanks for taking a minute and chatting about that. We're looking forward to having you on a little bit to talk a little bit more about how we get ready for Stanhope Elmore. So stick around. We'll be right back.
I'm Granger Shook, head football coach for your Pike Road Patriots. I want to give a big thank you to the shops at EastChase, Montgomery's premier shopping destination, for supporting Pike Road football and sponsoring Patriot Weekly. Just like we bring our best to the field every Friday night, EastChase brings the best in shopping, dining, and family fun to our community.
Check out all the stores EastChase offers online, and when you visit them, thank them for supporting your Pike Road Patriots.
Go Patriots!
Hey, welcome back, Patriot family. We are back in the house here, of course, with Coach Shook, but also none other than our quarterback, sophomore quarterback, Gunnar Gibbs. Gunnar, welcome into the program, my friend. A little bit here, 10 for 14 for 200 yards against Park Crossing, 4 passing touchdowns. Man, that's amazing. Also, another reason to celebrate, you surpassed the 1,000-yard mark in that game. So congratulations on that, my friend. Awesome season you're having so far. And the cool thing about that, too, something else I was looking at, you did that against 3 7A defenses, man. So you're putting up some stellar numbers, having a great season so far. Lots more to go, and we're going to get into that. Coach, shifting over to you. I'll have you brag on him a little bit. But you and I talked this week, and we talked about having him on. Typically, we save these for our upper class, just for recruiting and what have you. But the words you used were, I want to have him on because he earned it. Can you talk more about how he earned it, but just also what he's been to the program this year so far?
Well, absolutely. I couldn't be more proud of Gunnar. He has really taken this offense by the horns, so to speak, and they've responded extremely well to him and his leadership. And I've been really proud to see his leadership grow. We have played a really tough schedule up to this point, and that's intentional to hopefully help our kids grow and help them learn through the good and the not so good.
Sure.
But Gunnar's really gotten better each and every week, not only in how he executes, but really how he leads this team. And so I'm proud of him and his progress this year. We aren't done yet, and I expect to continue to see him grow and develop, not only schematically, but also just how he handles himself in the weight room, on the field, off the field. And again, I just couldn't be more proud of his growth and development and progress up to this point.
Indeed, very much so. Gunnar, we'll shift over to you, man. Do a little Q&A. 54-7 win over Park Crossing, man. Pretty dominant win there. What did you see from your offense that allowed you to dominate so early and so often in this game?
We played with good tempo.
There you go.
Lined up correctly and ran the right routes.
That's it.
And blocking up front was amazing.
Mm-hmm. You're right. Blocking up front was amazing. Yeah, it gave you some time to roll out and find your receivers. Looking at your stats this year, you've been improving week over week. We talked about the 1,000-yard mark. But as just a sophomore, how are you building confidence in leading the offense, man? You're another classman. These guys could be like, God, this young guy, man, what does he know? Clearly, you know a lot, and you're a leader. So how are you building confidence in leading your team?
The film room, Coach Cole's been walking me through it a lot, but watch it on my own, becoming a student of the game.
Yep.
It's been a big part.
Yep. Coach, I want to flip to you on that one there. You don't mind talking about how he's building.
Again, I think you hit on it. I think our offensive line has done a really good job of gelling together, and it's given Gunnar a lot of time back there to read through his progressions, and he's got a lot of good talent around him. He does a great job of not forcing plays that aren't there. He does a great job of taking what the defense gives him, and Elias is with us today as well. I think Elias has done a great job this year of making the most of his opportunities.
Sure has.
But again, Gunnar has done an excellent job of not forcing plays and not trying to make something that isn't there for him. And again, I think the offense has really answered and really responded well to him and his abilities.
Absolutely. Taking what the defense gave you, that is something you said, Coach, that really that stuck out there. Let's stay on leadership, if you don't mind, guys, here. How do you communicate with your teammates to keep everybody on the same page?
I mean, being the field general, just knowing to make
Field general, love that.
making sure they know what to do, where the ball is going to be, they know what route to run and what to block up front.
Love it, man. What's one part of your game that you feel has grown the most this season?
Oh, being able to reading the defense, especially playing with a good tempo, reading the defense and knowing what covers they're going to be in is a big part.
I love it. As a quarterback, this is a fun question. Who do you model your play style after? Whether it's a college quarterback, somebody in the NFL, who's your guy, man?
I mean, growing up, I loved to watch Tom Brady, but now Jackson Dart, he's got great energy. Yeah, he's a bad beater.
Yeah, yes, I was watching Jackson. Yeah. Good pick on that. Okay, talk about looking ahead to Stanhope Elmore. With a big region game against Stanhope Elmore on the horizon, what are you and the offense focusing on in practice this week? Coach, I'll ask you, but first, Gunner.
I mean, worried about ourselves.
Okay.
Preparing.
Yeah.
Not worrying about them. Do what we can do to get better.
Gotcha. Preparing, worrying about yourself. Coach.
I mean, Gunner said it, been stressing to the team really the past several weeks about focusing on us and making sure that we practice in a way that prepares us for Friday night. And in order to do so, we have to practice with physicality. We got to practice with intentionality, and we got to be disciplined. And I was proud of our team, with the lack of penalties this week. And so I was proud of not only our tempo, but once the ball was snapped, our guys executed at a high level. So that showed me that our preparation was on point.
Gotcha. Absolutely. Coach, any final thoughts on this guy before we wrap up this segment, man?
Man, I'm excited that Gunner is growing like he is each and every week. And again, not to put too much pressure on him, but as he goes, so the offense goes.
Yeah.
And and I hope to continue to see that continue to progress throughout the season. We're already going into week 8. It's homecoming week, a lot of distractions going on, but I mean, our boys have done a great job of trying to be intentional with answering the challenges that I give them throughout the week. And Gunner has done a great job of spearheading that effort. And so I look forward to a fun, physical game on Friday.
Fun, physical game. I mean, Coach, you said it. As he goes, the offense goes. That was an interesting point you made there. So, Coach, thank you. And, of course, Gunner. So, man, I'm excited to see you play for the rest of the season, man, and for the next 2 years after that, too. Sophomore, y'all. All right, coming up, junior wide receiver Elias Holtzclaw in the house to talk about his big game against Park Crossing and how he's staying focused on the next very few tough opponents. Y'all stay put. This is going to be a good one, too.
This week's Patriot Weekly is proudly brought to you by Brantley Bank, your community partner in Pike Road. I'm Ray Kaiser, your Town of Pike Road president. We're located right outside Public on Vaughn Road. At Brantley Bank, we're built on hospitality. We made banking easy, local, and welcoming. So whether you're saving for something special, managing your business account, looking to make a loan, or just stopping by on the way home from the store, Brantley Bank is right here for our Pike Road community, bringing hometown pride to the end zone.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. As promised, we got Elias Holtzclaw in the studio, junior wide receiver. Man, we got a lot to talk about. 2 catches for 55 yards and a touchdown last week. Man, that's awesome. Y'all, I got to say, he's more than just cool hair. This is a cool guy. Good character, man, and clearly this guy can ball. So let's talk a little bit, get to know him a little bit. Coach, brag on him, man.
Well, actually, those stats are really just the first half stats. Wow, he didn't get a lot of reps in the after halftime because he made we made the most of our opportunities on offense and scored a lot of points in that first half. But Elias has really come a long way since the beginning of the season. Not only does he run great routes, not only does he make great catches and get in the end zone, but he's also does a great job of blocking on the perimeter.
Yeah.
And that just shows me how selfless he is. He's got some good senior leadership around him with Jordan and Polo and Gavin and a few other guys. But I mean, Elias, all our opponents know where he is on the field. He's very dynamic. He can stretch the field with his speed and his route running. So again, I'm excited that he's just a junior, but he's going to continue to improve as this year goes. And him and Gunner have really formed a lot of good chemistry. You know what I mean? And so I'm excited to see that relationship and that and those dynamics continue to grow as the year goes.
Yeah, we are too. Elias, we'll get our Q&A here. Finally, got you on the show, man. I've been saying your name, calling the games for weeks now. And so to finally get you on to get to know you, man, is a big deal. So let's jump right in. Okay, Elias, you and Gunnar, Coach talked about this, your chemistry you're developing. So you and Gunnar connected really well against Park Crossing. And those stats, like you said, are really just first half stats. So what was clicking for you in that game, man?
Not too much was clicking, just staying focused while every plan, every drive, and just executing.
That's right. Just execute. I love it. As a wide receiver, what's your mindset when you line up on the outside? Because I see they stick you way out there sometimes. What are you looking for from that defense, man, at that moment?
At my standpoint as a wide receiver, it's just me and the ball.
That's it.
That's it.
You and the ball.
I just want the ball.
That's it. I just want the ball. I love that. You've been an important target this season. How do you prepare for week to week to make sure you're sharp and you're ready to continue and contribute just over and over and over again? Coach said it. You'll do whatever and do it at a high level. How do you stay that way, man?
Staying focused at practice, listening to Coach Shook and Coach Cole and Coach Clark. Making sure all the receivers and the offensive line are just being focused at practice and stand on what we need to do.
That's right. Coach, you want to talk a little bit more about that?
I do. I mean, Elias is a great practice player. There's a lot of good players that I've coached in the past that tried to just, be a gamer, so to speak, and, tried to just get through practice and then tried to turn it on Friday night. Elias is not that guy. He gives great effort every day at practice. He's a great energy guy. He's always got a smile on his face. He is a fun young man to be around.
Yeah.
And again, I'm excited that he's a Patriot.
Yeah, we are too. Fun indeed. Having him in the studio has been a good time here today.
Yes.
All right, let's get into some fun stuff. What's been your favorite play or catch of this season so far, my friend?
I say my favorite play was the first game against Patriot.
Yeah.
The first touchdown we had.
Yes,
This
sir.
was my birthday.
Come on, man. Sir. Okay. Very, very cool. That's a heck of a birthday present, huh?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Very, very good. Okay, so receiver's always a fun position. You got all the playmakers, Randy Moss. I mean, we could go on for days about good wide receivers in college and NFL. But who do you try to emulate your style after, bro?
Growing up, I used to watch Julio Jones a lot, and then so we all did like him. My play, I like playing like CD Lamb now. I like how he plays.
Man, you know that too. Yeah, absolutely. Good picks, man. Very, very cool. Okay, let's lock in a little bit. Looking ahead to Stanhope Elmore, what's the key for the passing game to stay explosive? Because like we said, y'all have been explosive. I mean, their wide receiver core is just lights out. What's the key to stay that way?
Being intentional at practice. Staying focused at practice, and that's gonna lead us to a good win against Stanhope.
I think you're right.
Yes, sir.
Pretty straightforward. I love how he's just such a straight shooter, Coach. Yeah, we have a few words. Wrap him up a little bit if you want.
Well, again, I think Elias is spot on with our practices this week. Has got to be at a high level, and I there's no doubt in my mind that it's going to be and continue to be. But again, I think offensively, we have to do a great job of establishing the run, making Stanhope kind of load the box, and then allow the one-on-one matchups on the perimeter just to take over, and that should help us be successful on Friday night.
Absolutely. Y'all, it's been a pleasure getting to chat here with Elias. Selfless player. Whatever you ask him to do, he's going to get it done and get it done at a high level. So thanks for being in, my friend. I really appreciate it. Thanks, brother. Okay. Up next, Coach is back to preview a tough regional opponent in Stanhope Elmore. You ain't going to want to miss it. Stay put.
I'm Granger Shook, head football coach for your Pike Road Patriots. I want to give a big thank you to the shops at EastChase, Montgomery's premier shopping destination, for supporting Pike Road football and sponsoring Patriot Weekly. Just like we bring our best to the field every Friday night, EastChase brings the best in shopping, dining, and family fun to our community.
Check out all the stores EastChase offers online, and when you visit them, thank them for supporting your Pike Road Patriots.
Go Patriots!
Hey, Patriot Nation, welcome back. Segment 6, this is where we talk about Stanhope Elmore on the horizon here, Coach. Just some context notes that I was looking at here. They're 4-2, losses to Prattville and Russell County. Just last week, they lost to Russell County there. Region game, big implications. We're kind of getting into the teeth, if you will, of the back end of the season here. A couple big games. It's homecoming week. We talked about that. Parade, Friday. I mean, this is just all kinds of distraction for our guys, But also, we still got our kickoff, 7 p.m. Friday night at home. So let's jump right in. Like we said, big one, homecoming night, key region matchup, Stanhope Elmore. How are you balancing the excitement of all these events with keeping your team focused on just the game?
Well, I think you have to toe a fine line. You know, what I mean, I want our boys to enjoy their high school experience. I want them to understand that especially for our seniors, this is their last homecoming night, so to speak, as a Pike Road Patriot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, really stressing the message that all homecoming festivities lead up to one thing, and they all lead up to a 7 o'clock kickoff. And so homecoming can be a great experience. Or it can be a not so great experience, and it's solely based off our performance on Friday night. And so I think our boys understand that. I think they've done a great job here in the past of understanding, that our job as a football program is to make sure that we put the best product on the field we can. And so I think our boys are ready, because Stanhope is a really good team. They are, and they aren't the opponents that we faced in homecoming, the last couple of years. We know. So they are going to have a really good game plan. They have a good staff. They have a lot of really good football players. So I mean, I'm expecting a 4-quarter battle this Friday night at here in Pike Road.
Absolutely. Coach, you said you want them to enjoy, homecoming. A lot of these guys, this is the last time they're going to get to do this in high school, So I love that approach with you. It's like, look, have fun, but remember, this is all about a 7 p.m. kickoff. So I love that focus there. We talked about they being 4-2. We talked about the losses to Prattville. We talked about Russell County there. But what stands out to you about the way that they play?
They are very physical. They are a very, very physical up front on both sides of the ball, offensive line and defensive line. They have a really, really good running back. He runs the ball extremely hard. Okay. Very rarely do you see one person tackle him. So we are going to have all hands on deck on defense. D-line, linebacker, secondary are really going to be disciplined and reading their keys and their gap fits up front. So again, it's going to be a big test for us. But again, if we continue to focus on us and we continue to get better week in and week out, I have faith in our boys.
Yeah. I said a little bit ago, I'll say it again. We have a leviathan of a defense, man. No one ever just gets tackled just by one guy. You might have one hit, but then all of a sudden 3, 4, 5, 6 other guys are in there putting on the stop. So I have good faith in our leviathan of a defense. So let's talk about seniors a little bit, Coach. So this will be a really special night for that. We just talked about that. But what does this group of seniors mean to you and to the program as their last homecoming? What do they mean to you, man?
Oh, it's hard to put into words. When I got here, this group was going into their sophomore season.
Okay.
And so this is a group that I've had for 3 years. And, I do believe that they are starting to, or they are finishing my sentences. They are, in some areas, I think they already know what I'm going to say before I say it. But, with all that being said, it's a really good group of young men. I mean, every young man we brought on this show, I think, has represented our program the right way.
Absolutely.
And absolutely not only they're fine young men on the field, they handle their business in the classroom. They're going to excel at the next level, whether they go to college or whether they attack a certain career, after high school. But I couldn't be more proud of this group. They have really helped welcome our staff, and really done a great job of buying into what we're trying to create.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I'm gonna hate to see these guys go too, man. Next man up, I get all that, but there's just some awesome seniors that I'm gonna miss myself. So I totally get that. So for fans coming out, gonna be a full day of festivities, homecoming. We can talk about that ad nauseum, but a little bit of a trick question here, Coach. But a lot of that can be all that pomp and circumstance, and festivities can be a distraction. But how can you use that kind of more as a fuel to get the team to play better and more focused with all that? You see what I'm saying about that? So how do you turn all that distraction into a motivator?
Well, I think it takes a certain amount of maturity, of a football team to understand that, hey, all these festivities are centered around this football game on Friday, and I want you to partake in them, but to a certain extent. You know what I mean? When you see it's 10 o'clock at night and some of your buddies who don't play football are still going out, hey, it's time for you to say no.
Yep.
And it's time to come on back home. You know what I mean? And so there requires a certain amount of maturity to be successful, especially at a high level. And so, but when they see former players coming back and they see, they see, the community support, coming to the game, I think it really, hopefully will motivate them and let them say that they're playing for something bigger than themselves.
I love that. Playing for something bigger than themselves. I love that, Coach. That's fantastic. Let's put a ball on this. What's the biggest key for the Patriots to come away with a win on Friday night? Whatever you can share, please do.
Well, again, I think it goes back to like what Gunner said. I mean, we have to continue to focus on Pike Road, and we have to continue to prepare in such a way that we're intentional about making Pike Road better each opportunity we get. And, as long as we continue to improve on our physicality, improve on our discipline, you know what I mean? And I think those two things are going to be key factors in Friday night's game.
Yeah.
We always have to take control of the ball, take control of the football. We always have to create turnovers, and winning the special teams. But all those areas combined will help put us in a good spot to be successful.
I love it. All those areas combined will put us in a good spot. Coach, we'll leave it at that. Thank you. Excited for homecoming week and the game coming up here. Can't wait to see what we're going to do. I got a feeling it's going to be a great result. We're excited about it. So, Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill.
All right, folks, that's going to wrap up episode 8 of Patriot Weekly, filmed right here at Dogwood Studios in Pike Road, Alabama. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Brantley Bank and the shops at EastChase, for supporting Patriots and making this show possible. It's homecoming week, folks, and there's so much happening. Senior night for volleyball and cross country at Thursday night's volleyball game. The parade on Friday afternoon. The dance on Saturday night. And of course, senior night at the game on Friday evening. Kickoff against Stanhope Elmore is 7 p.m. But you'll want to come early for all the pregame festivities. If you can't make it because you aren't in like a 50-mile radius of the stadium, then Pike Road Live is for you. I'll be doing play-by-play of the game along with, of course, my co-host Philip Doty as caller. We'll be live at 7 p.m. on Pike Road Live YouTube channel. We'll be back next week with more highlights, interviews, and Patriot football coverage. For Coach Shook, our guests, and the entire team here at Patriot Weekly, I'm Bill Lacombe. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Patriots!
That's a wrap for this week's Patriot Weekly, filmed right here at Dogwood Studios in Pike Road. Big thanks to our sponsors, Brantley Bank and the shops at EastChase, for making it all possible. We'll see you next time, Patriot Nation. And as always, go Patriots!
This week's Patriot Weekly is proudly brought to you by Brantley Bank, your community partner in Pike Road. I'm Ray Kaiser, your Town of Pike Road president. We're located right outside Public on Vaughn Road. At Brantley Bank, we're built on hospitality. We made banking easy, local, and welcoming. So whether you're saving for something special, managing your business account, looking to make a loan, or just stopping by on the way home from the store, Brantley Bank is right here for our Pike Road community, bringing hometown pride to the end zone.